Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and welcome to, of course, another Metaltober video. Today's topic, to go along with the theme of still album covers, today, of course, is 4 metal album covers featuring iconic horror movie characters. So, since I've got at least about 4 album covers picked out, like I've stated, without further ado and waste no more time, let's get into, of course, these 4 album covers here. Alright, so the first one up is, of course, is the 2019 EP from death metal band Cropsy Maniac, with, of course, Carnage, which, of course, is the only one that I actually own in the in my physical collection. But since this isn't a video of me, of course, in front of a camera, so I can't really show you the CD, but of course I am looking at the album cover. So are you, the viewers, are of course seeing the album cover. Which, of course, again, if you're not familiar with Cropsy Maniac, again, their name is, of course, inspired by the character from, of course, the 1981 slasher film The Burning, which, of course, was named Cropsy. And so that's our character, and that's what the band is pretty much named after, and that's what we kind of get on the album cover here, which is basically the theme for most of our album covers anyways, of course, also for the most recent album as well, which I might review, maybe. But we're focusing on Carnage here, which again is the only one that I've got in the collection here for me. But the whole, I guess, the point behind our album cover here is that, well, it pretty much sees our character, Cropsy, with, of course, with his famous weapon of choice, the hedge shears, getting ready to, of course, to kill this blonde lady here. And what's going on in the background is just absolute madness. That's all. That's the best way to pretty much describe the album cover, and it also describes the music in general. Of course, the themes of their songs, anyways, is that they also beside that it's not like with something like, let's say, Austrian Death Machine, where each and every song is inspired by everything that said actor at least did. No, it's not with this case, where basically every song is based off of is as the themed of scenes from the film The Burning. No, they instead each and every song is at least inspired by, or at least takes inspiration from horror films, whether it be cult or bigger or more known horror films. Sometimes, again, most of it is at times pretty obscure horror films. So that's kind of the point, but still, the focus of the video here is, of course, is on the album cover. So this was at least our number 4th pick. Here is Carnage, the 2019 EP from Cropsy Maniac. So there you go. Again, death metal band. That's probably the best way I can go on. So let's definitely move on to, of course, number 3. Which, of course, is the sole full-length album from, of course, American death metal band Xenomorph, which the album is titled Imperial Regimes and was released in 1995. Again, the reason is because, of course, with the band name, it of course, is named after, well, the character that you see on the cover here. The famous alien from, of course, the Alien franchise films, which, of course, was originally drawn by the late H.R. Geiger. But I would say the artwork for there is not a H.R. Geiger cover as far as I know. It looks more to me, from being familiar with the Aliens vs. Predator comic books that were published by Dark Horse Comics in the 90s. That's what it tends to look more like, or even the Alien comic books from that time period as well. At least the comic books that Dark Horse put out. But the thing is, fucked my microphone there up there still. Anyways, the thing is, though, the idea is, well, iconic horror movie characters, and in many ways, even though Aliens is, especially the Alien franchise in general, is mostly looked as being more science fiction, the thing is, many people consider the very first Alien film also a horror film in many ways, and the thing is, when listing off a lot of horror movie characters, or if you look at lists of horror movie characters, our Xenomorph, Alien, is actually listed in those lists. So it's always put in those lists, and it is again, it's an iconic character in general too. And for the month of October, a lot of people tend to also play the Alien films to begin with, even if I think Aliens is almost more of a science fiction action film than a soul horror film. Still, though, there is still some creepy parts and spooky parts in that film to begin with. So, many ways, it is an iconic horror movie character for sure, and one of the most badass horror movie characters in general. So, our Xenomorph. So that's here. I'm not very familiar with Xenomorph, but I've heard a little bit of what they conjure up. But still though, it belongs in this list. So there we go. That was at number 3, which is Imperial Regimes from Xenomorph. Now, coming in at number 2 is, of course, our sole foreign thrash metal band. That's, of course, is Debustral with Neuropodolog. Again, they are Debustral, of course, are based out of the Czech Republic. And this, of course, was their debut 1991 album. And the reason it's here is, well, as you can tell, it features none other than Freddy Krueger himself. And it seems to be, you can tell, though, how inspiring this artwork is. It's basically just a famous photo shoot, of course, of Robert Englund wearing the Freddy Krueger makeup and all of that. Again, obviously in promotion for one of the later films in the late 80s. Could be in the Dream Master or the Dream Child, for all I know. Still, though, taken from there, it's obviously cropped in a little square picture, and the background seems to be of some sort of graveyard, I think. But yeah, this is it. You can almost tell it's kind of low budget. Of course, it definitely, though it's somewhat, I guess, kind of adds something to the music here. It's a cool thrash metal record anyways. And of course, definitely one of the most, at least the most familiar Czech Republic thrash metal album that at least I know of. Again, I've listened to almost any other metal band from every other European part at this point. Again, that's what happens when you start getting to the metal genre. You want to start looking for other bands from other countries too. And again, open your mind up to that. So that's why I did. And this one, again, because it featured Freddy, it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to check out the album to begin with. And it's a pretty cool thrash metal record anyways. But the sole reason of why it's here is because, again, it features Freddy Krueger. And speaking of also Freddy Krueger and other horror movie icons, that's where we finally transition into number 1, which of course is the debut album from Swedish thrash metal band FKU, with of course Metal Moshing Mad, which was originally published or released in 1999, but the artwork that of course you're seeing is for the one that I was mostly familiar with the Razorback Recordings 2007 pressing, or the 2007 release from Razorback Recording, which the artwork here is different from the original 1999 pressing, which you'll definitely see on in the frame there. Which again, it basically just depicts for at least the original artwork here, definitely just depicts the band member in very cartoony kind of artwork styling, them on the street with, of course, at the background with, of course, with Freddy's glove and the hat. And if you don't know what FKU stands for, Freddy Krueger's underwear. That's what it actually stands for. Again, they do have their quirks. Again, the lyrics I think are mostly, again, very inspired by horror films. Of course, for example, especially the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and the thing is, in themes of the band members, they dress up as, of course, Freddy Krueger, kind of like with Arnold Quartz, where they dress up all as Arnold Schwarzenegger, or at least all the various forms of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's very similar in that aspect. So they basically are just all dressed up as Freddy Krueger, and they just thrash metal. That's basically the whole point of as well. But the original cover art is, again, very cartoony, but the artwork that I have been very familiar with, of course, was for the 2007 Razorback Recordings release, which here is more interesting and more, I think, gives an idea of what they, again, of their lyrical ideas. Again, it's not just Freddy Krueger, which again is the main, at least, focal point of the artwork with and the band name anyways, but we also have other horror movie characters, again, such as Pinhead from the Hellraiser series, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, Michael Myers from the Halloween series, Jason Voorhees, though dressed up as how he was in Jason Goes to Hell, again, of the Friday the 13th series, and of course, Joe Spinell's character from Maniac, which I know he's got an actual name, but right now I didn't do any research, or at least to look up the character from the Maniac film. So that's bad on my part. So I'm definitely self-aware of that. I'm self-aware that I don't do a whole lot of research before doing shit to begin with. And again, I'm going to be upfront with that. But again, the whole point is to put the video together. That's what's supposed to be the fucking point as well. You can argue in the comments section. I don't care. Fucking children. Still though, definitely that's a focal point again. They're all basically putting up this, again, or I guess are closing up or opening up the box here with our band members who are, of course, are all in straight jackets. And also, if you can tell, you can see in the this little tiny orange or yellow block with, of course, with this logo. It's basically their other logo is basically taking the DRI logo, but again, mixing in the Freddy glove and the hat, making it's Freddy. So basically, their spin on the DRI logo. Still, though, this was our first pick here. Again, Metal Moshing Mad from Freddy Krueger's Underwear. So, again, there you go. So there you go. There's your 4 album covers, again, that feature horror movie characters. So with that, if you have any other suggestions of other album covers that feature horror movie characters, again, leave those in the comment section below. But if you have any other, again, if you have any thoughts on the album covers here in general, definitely let me know in the comment section below. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed. This is everything I should say. I'm out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.